right, Dr. Cass. Well, I will hand over the mic to you more or less and let you and your team talk with our students.
All righty. Hello, everybody. What a pleasure to hear you today in this event for Arts and Humanities. I'm Jeffrey Cass. I'm the Dean of Arts and Humanities, and I manage this operation with my department heads, many of which are here today. I just wanted to say a couple of things, and that is about Arts and Humanities. But first, let me introduce a few of our people. And I guess it's not the same for everyone. Let me get to a different scroll here. Okay. From Criminal Justice, Kimberly Renteria. I have her on the top of our Brady Bunch grid here. Robert Stevens, who's in rehab science. Megan Tolan, our Professor of the Year, who's in communications, broadcast journalism. Our department head of communications, broadcast journalism, Anthony Caton. David Blanks, who is our department head for history and political science. Summer Brook, who is our department head for art. Julie Michael Schulterman, who is in, well, lots of things, but does a lot of interdisciplinary courses, sociology, and so forth. Has a lot of things to tell you. David Ward, our department head of behavioral science. Carl Brooker, who is our department head of English and world languages. Aaron Clare is an English professor and my second in command for the college. Jeff Bright, who is our department head for music. So I think I just saw James Stobart. Did I see James in there somewhere? And so history. And so anybody I forget? All righty then. So you can see we have a lot of people here to answer questions about just about everything you can think of. Faculty, staff. We are ready to help you in whatever way we can. Arts and Humanities not only teaches you core curriculum, common classes you'll take with your colleagues, your peer colleagues, but also we teach the human experience in our majors. We're very committed to research. We're very committed to teaching you how to communicate effectively and speak. We're very committed to critical thinking and, of course, creativity in our arts. We're also believers in lifelong learning. We firmly believe that what we teach you is something that you carry with you. This isn't something just for a degree. It is for a degree, but more than that, it helps you become lifelong learners. And so we're very committed to all of these things, and we're really interested in hearing what you have to say, what you are thinking, what you'd like to know. And so with those brief remarks, because I really want to devote most of the time to all of you, I will ask Sabrina to moderate discussion, questions that you may have for any of us. So feel free to ask anything, and I'm sure one of us will be able to give you a response that will help you. In addition, if you you don't really want to talk, feel free to put a question in the board, send the question to me or to Sabrina or to any one of us, and we'll be glad to answer your question offline, not in front of everybody else, if that's your pleasure. So with that, why don't we start with you? Why don't you ask me some questions or ask us some questions for the group, for yourself, whatever you'd like to know.
I'll maybe help get the conversation started. Does anybody already have a major declared that you want to share with us? Stephanie, what do you have?
I'm just I was just raising my hand. My declared major is psychology, more on the clinical side to mental health.
Okay, good deal. Anybody else have a declared major? Okay, go ahead. Just shout them out.
I'm double majoring in political science and international studies with a minor in Spanish.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Fantastic. Uh-huh.
Tina, what do you think? You got something for us?
Cultural and geospatial studies with a focus on anthropology.
My word. Everybody's got a major. That's great. Alexis?
I'm a professor.
I can't see you. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Alexis. Yeah. Okay, forget that. Riley? I didn't introduce you to Alexis, did I? Was it? I'm sorry. Go, Alexis. You want to introduce yourself, or do you?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you said my name. I'm Alexis
didn't.
Johnson, and I'm in the communication department.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Riley, Jennifer?
I'm going to go into broadcast journalism.
I see a thumbs up from Dr. Caton. Good, good. Jennifer? No? Anybody else we haven't gotten to?
Kaylin, go ahead.
Kaylin shared. Yep.
I'm going to be in communication, in speech.
All right. Well, now that we know each other a little bit, thank you, Megan, for interfering. I appreciate that. That was a wise choice. Would some of the students have some questions of us, or there's some things you'd like to know? And really, sky's the limit, whatever you want to know.
I'm going to interrupt too. Remember, you can type your question in the chat box, and then we'll read your questions if that's easier for you.
Well, you all have such specific majors. I guess you just know everything you want to know, huh? While you're thinking of a question, perhaps, let me just say, in case there's some wondering, I'm on several committees. Yes, we are going to be here in the fall. Yes, we are going to have face-to-face courses. Yes, we're working on a plan to do that. So some of the details are still TBD, as they say, but we're working on it. But yes, we're going to be here for sure. And we will have some things online as well.
I'm going to be in band too, and I was just wondering if there was any information about when marching band was going to start.
I'll ask Jeff Bright to answer that question.
I had a
Sure.
question about that too.
Okay, so that was from Catherine, right? What's your instrument, Catherine?
My name is Victoria. I'm just using.
Oh, Victoria. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay.
I play the flute.
And where'd you go to high school?
Sheridan High School.
Oh, great. My wife graduated from Sheridan. Yellow Jackets, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And who else had another question about band? I missed that.
It was Stephanie.
Stephanie. Okay. Hi, Stephanie. Where are you from?
I'm from Pea Ridge. I also play the flute, but my question's a little different because I am working with Mr. Eubanks in the fall. And
Okay.
so I was just wondering how, because I'm also wanting to do concert band.
Okay. So I don't have a specific answer for you right now. I can tell you generally what happens is that as far as the marching band is concerned, typically we start classes on a Wednesday in the fall semester, and then there are 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, before that where students come in and do some final work. I think there's some orientation things going on that Monday and Tuesday. And then on Sunday is usually when the auditions happen for the concert groups, that Sunday. Then for marching band, the week previous to when we start on a Wednesday, typically students come in, I believe, on a Sunday evening and get checked into the dorms, and then they start having rehearsals on Monday, and they go Monday through Friday with rehearsals. And they'll go usually, they try and keep it so that it's, August is pretty rough, so they'll rehearse early in the morning outside when it's cool. They usually come inside during the afternoon to stay cool, and then go back out in the evening. Of course, we're waiting to hear how large of groups we'll be able to be in at that point, and whether we can do that inside or outside. So all that's yet, I think, to be determined, but that gives you some general ideas about when that's going to take place, I think. Hopefully that's helpful.
It was. Thank you.
Okay, great. And Stephanie, was there a specific question? Did I answer your question, or?
Yes, for the most part. It was really confusing.
Okay.
Since I'm doing color guard with Mr. Eubanks.
Okay, it would be the same thing. Color guard would be pretty much the same schedule. Come in, I think, typically on a Sunday, and I think all that information they've got that ready to go out. But I think we have to, like everybody, if you think about 3 months ago, what we thought we'd be doing right now, and how much the world has changed in just those 3 months. We're still 3 months out from that, so a lot can change between now and then. So I think we've got a number of scenarios cooked up, and I just be patient and know that information, as soon as we can get that out to everybody, we will.
Yeah. How would they get that information when it is ready?
But what I'm telling students is, most students don't generally get in a habit of doing this for a while, but all that information is going to go out through your tech email accounts. And so some new students, they don't realize they even have a tech email account until they show up and they go through their orientation program. But that's for all students. You need to be checking that on a regular basis, because that's how you're going to get information communicated to you from the university. And that's where we'll start with communicating information to you from the band and choir.
Catherine, I can't hear you. I think you're trying to say something.
I was talking to my sister. Sorry. She was wondering about what was happening.
Okay.
So to answer Kaylin's question, there is a lot of public speaking aspects to communication. So we do have a public speaking class where they're speaking, business and professional speaking where they're speaking, and then a variety of different classes. We also have a debate program on campus, which you might be interested in if you enjoy speaking to public. But we also offer a variety of different specialized classes. So for instance, I teach health communication, dark side of communication, narrative and storytelling and things like that. And in almost all of those seminar courses that I teach, we have some sort of speaking component where you read a report or you do a portfolio and you present your portfolio. So I think you'll really enjoy it because you can also focus on a lot of different topic areas within communication, and you can get that general public speaking, but you can also get more specialized speaking in front of people as well.
Does the school offer a collegiate mock trial, or does our school not?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not sure I understood the question. What now?
Does the school offer a collegiate level mock trial, or does it not have a mock trial program?
Like for pre-law?
No. I think it's a different program altogether because in high school they offer a high school level mock trial. It doesn't need to be associated with the law programs, but usually debate students will participate.
Okay. We do have forensics, yes.
We didn't. It's different. We had the mock trial while I was in high school too. But Tech doesn't have mock trial, but they do have a very, very active and successful debate program. It's been amazing for many, many years. It's award-winning. It's an incredible program. So rather than mock trial, they have a debate program that's very successful.
Yeah, I think they won an award recently too, didn't they?
They win one every year pretty much.
I mean, since
Yeah.
I've been here.
Yeah, even since you've been there, they win one every year. They're very good. They
How
travel all
do
over.
students get involved with that?
Alexis?
There's quite a few students. They have auditions every year. So if you're interested in doing debate, I can get you, Dr. Atkins is the one who runs that. And so I could get you the information when he starts that audition process in the fall if you would like to kind of potentially see where you could go with debate. Because I know there's a lot of different types and styles that you can get into. So it really depends on what you're interested in pursuing and what you're interested in debating.
What are some other student organizations that are supported by the College of Arts and Humanities?
I'm going to let my faculty respond to that one.
I'll share for journalism. Who was the broadcast journalism major?
Me, Riley.
Hi, Riley. So I am the faculty advisor for Society of Professional Journalists. It's short SPJ. And it's made up of all the different majors within journalism department. So broadcast, print, and public relations. And each spring semester, we go on what I call it sounds very elementary, but a field trip, an industry trip to either Little Rock or Conway or Northwest Arkansas. And we see a live taping of a newscast. We go to a print entity, whether that's a newspaper station or a newspaper or a magazine publication. And then we also go to a PR firm or an agency of some sort. And so you're getting exposed to all forms of journalism. And we meet once a week. It's a very casual meeting. And that's just one example of some exposure and some hands-on things that the students get to see firsthand. So you're studying it, you're being part of the TV program that we have on campus, and then you get to go see an actual newscast at a state station, and then other forms of the journalism as well. But again, we do all types of activities throughout the semester. That's just the most enjoyable one that the students, I think, like the most. So SPJ is one in our department. Thanks, Sabrina.
Yeah, I'd mention for Victoria, she might be interested in our Spanish Honor Society. As a Spanish minor, you'd be able to be part of Sigma Delta Pi, which for the last 2 years has been selected as one of the outstanding chapters in the country. They sponsor all sorts of activities in the community and on campus. We also have the World Languages Club, which sponsors Dia de los Muertos celebrations, Expo Hispanica, where we bring students from 14 area schools to get passports and go to different Central American countries and learn about them. So there's a very active, and then we of course have international events that are run through our international services, such as Light the Evening and stuff like that. So might be of interest to you.
We have a website called thelink.atu. I don't know if you've checked that out before, but it lists all of the different events and organizations and ways to get involved on campus. So I would definitely check that out. Lots of opportunities.
Like just about all the majors have like an honor kind of society. Like my faculty, this is the quietest you'll ever see faculty too, by the way. So every single one of my faculty here, they're actually sponsors. We have a general behavioral science club, but I'll try to get them to talk and tell you every single one of them is a sponsor of a different organization. So can somebody speak up?
I can talk.
Yeah,
All
right.
I'll go ahead, Rob. First then, I'm Dr. Robert Stevens with Rehab Science. I'm actually a sponsor for one outside of our college called Spectrum. It's the LGBTQ plus support group on campus. And then I'm also the co-faculty advisor for the Rehab Science service fraternity. It's called Delta Sigma Omicron. With Dr. Erica Wondolowski, she's my co-faculty advisor. And what we do is we advocate and educate about people with disabilities both on campus and also in the River Valley community. We do Disability Awareness Week every year. We do Sensory Awareness Day every year. We do a lot of events on campus to just bring more awareness to people with disabilities. We work very closely with the Disability Support Service Office as well with a lot of those events.
Let's see, I'm the co-advisor with Dr. Brendan Toner of the Pre-Law Society, and through that we do a bunch of activities. We bring in judges and attorneys once a month to talk to the group. Once a year we go down to local courtroom and see the justice system play out, and once a semester we go to one of the surrounding law schools, and they let us sit in a class, meet with the admissions staff, and just see what it takes to get into law school. And Dr. Toner has been running an LSAT class. That's the test you have to take to get into law school, and he's been really successful. I think this year we got 7 students off the law school this fall. So we're active and we're successful.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Duval Renteria. I teach in criminal justice. I'm the faculty advisor for our newly formed Criminal Justice Student Association. So we right now we're working on networking, and there's always pizza at our meetings. And we also, just this summer, Dr. Ellsberger and I have worked on creating a criminal justice membership to a Criminal Justice Honor Society. So I didn't hear anyone say they were interested in criminal justice, but if you want to come over and have some pizza and explore the major, we'd love to have you. So thanks for coming to Tech.
Does that go for all of us, Kim?
Come for pizza. There's always more pizza than we eat, so please come for pizza.
That's what I heard.
I got 2 pitches I want to throw in. First, I want to tell the students, like, it's really, really important getting involved in, like, student organizations. You know, we may have seemed to carry on a little bit about this, but there's real evidence that shows success in college is highly related to getting involved and getting involved with things, whether it's small groups or big groups. And I guess this fall will be small groups, but really consider joining organizations. Then also, I think it might be a good time for Dr. Michaels to tell you about her interdisciplinary courses, which they're not clubs, but they're kind of cool and do cool things.
I do think that getting involved and being engaged is really important in the learning process. And so we have a series of, they're called interdisciplinary problem solving courses. And so you would be in a classroom with students from all different majors. You would be asked to solve a problem as a team, and you would be engaged in the community, maybe with an industry or with a nonprofit, but you would be working as a team. You'd be connecting not only with those community members, but with students from across campus. So I'll give you one example. We work with Denali Water Solutions, which is a company in town. And we had a team of students this semester who created an in-office composting system for them. And it was a team of 6 students. They came from all different disciplines. They did not know each other prior to that class, but they worked together to create that in-office composting system. We had another team of students who worked with a committee downtown this semester to help them create the Russellville Sesquicentennial celebration. And so they collected histories from minorities in our community about minorities' histories in the Polk County area in Russellville. And so they created a display and a website for that committee. So if you get the chance and you have some room in your schedules and you're looking for something, engaging to do and problem solving kinds of things, look for some of the IPBL, that stands for Interdisciplinary Project-Based Learning courses, and see what we're offering that semester. And you can always look me up and send me an email, and I'll be happy to find that information for you. Do you have any questions about that? Did I make sense what I was describing? Have you heard of any of the interdisciplinary project-based learning courses? Well,
I hadn't heard of it
glad we-
before, but it sounds really interesting.
Good, good.
And it's one of those things that looks great on a resume. I mean, I have to say, it shows that you know, are a team player. It shows you work well with others. It shows you can gather subject matter that may not be directly in your discipline. Critical thinking. I mean, it's the kind of thing that employers really do like to see, as far as I understand it.
And I do have a very great success record with students going on to get internships and jobs with the community partners. So we have about 4 students that are receiving internships and jobs at Denali. We've had 2 students be hired on with the local nonprofits downtown in Russellville. So it's a great way to make those connections.
I'll even say I was a guest speaker for Julie for one of her interdisciplinary classes. And I thought it was really neat to see such a variety of students from different majors coming together, because once you begin your classes for your major, you kind of find your group, right, that you have a lot of the same classes with and you might study with and you might hang out with outside of class. And so to get exposure and to meet other students outside of your major is also a benefit when it comes to feeling, you know, just really at home here on the Tech campus. So just another benefit outside of resume building and networking opportunity.
I think it's especially important, I could go on and on, but I think it's especially important for students in the College of Arts and Humanities, right? To connect with students in other disciplines, to connect with students who are, you know, in engineering or who are in chemistry, because those different majors, those different skills need to be working together. They really need each other. And so I think it's important that we make those connections. Our students have skills that engineers and chemists need.
Switching gears a little bit, one of my other roles, that's a new role, is I'm the director of general education. And general education are those courses that you take during the first year and a half to 2 years of your college career, where you're taking science and all sorts of different courses that help you to be a leader and a well-rounded individual. And they form the core of what we believe and the state believes a well-educated person should be. So they are courses that every 4-year college in the state, everybody has to take them. And then we shape them into the different structure that we believe are foundational to all tech students. So if you have any questions about those courses, why you're taking them or what you're supposed to take, please feel free to ask, because they're important and we at Tech believe in them. So if you're wondering why you need to take all those different courses, just ask and we'll let you know why.
I've heard from some people that it's hard to schedule history major classes with science classes, and I was just wondering how true those statements are, because science classes are the only classes that I don't have covered AP wise.
Victoria, you don't really need to worry about that too much. I mean, I don't know whether you're coming in as a transfer student or starting as a freshman. If you're starting as a freshman, your courses will be scheduled at first through academic advising, but all you need to do is come over and ask over in the department, and we'll help you fix your schedule any way you want. So I don't think that needs to be anything to.
I'm an incoming freshman, and I've already gotten my schedule for this year, but I was just wondering if I was going to have any future issues.
The way it works is this. Technically speaking, in terms of putting you in your classes, for your first 4 semesters, they'll do that through academic advising. But you also can come over and talk to us and get help with anything that you need. Even if you want to change your fall schedule, we could do that. So, you know, just for the basics, just go through the system, do what they're doing. But if you need, you know, help, personal attention to, you know, a scheduling issue or anything else, just come over or call and we'll fix it for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'll say that, freshmen often have questions like that, but we've got this under control. We've done this before, and so there's no problem with things like that. We know how to make it work. You can be a biochem and a history major, do both of them. We'll get you through in 120 hours. Want you, David. Dr. Blanks.
Biochem? I'm not sure about that. I don't know if that would not be a good reaction.
Summer, you haven't said anything about art, maybe to talk a little bit about art and some opportunities for students who are interested as a minor or interested as an avocation.
Sure. If any of you are interested in the arts, it's one of your humanities classes you could take is Experiencing Art. So it's a general class on how to view art, how to interpret it, and also just to process art through a broad historical context. So it's a good all-around class. Just even if you're just interested in the arts, it's fun. Our program is, we have a foundations program. So for a minor, it's 18 hours, but you take some of the general foundations classes like drawing and design, and then you finish out your 18 hours after that. If you decide you wanted to be an art major, we have several, or if you're just interested broadly, you want to be involved, maybe you did some drawing or painting, but you don't have time for an art major or minor, you could join our visual arts society. And that's a great way just to get involved, even if you have friends in the arts and you want to hang out with them. Our visual arts society is a great way to interact with the art department. Does anyone have any questions about art classes or anything I could answer for you? I don't think we had any majors, but go ahead, Victoria.
Are art history classes counted as history classes or art classes or both, or?
It's both really in a way. Sorry, Summer, go ahead.
Go ahead.
When you're taking them as a gen ed course, that's what it counts for. All right. If you take more art history courses, then we can include those as part of your history major.
I took AP Art History in my sophomore year, so I already have the gen ed credit. I was just wondering because I really enjoyed the class.
If there's additional art history courses offered and you want to take them, I'm sure that we can find a way to slot that into our program.
Yeah. We have some upper level art histories that might really interest you, but you would need to take art history 2 before you could get into them. So you need 1 and 2, and then you could take the upper levels. We've done the art of the Beatles, the 60s. I'm trying to think of some of them. It just always ranges. Whatever our art historian fancies that year, we kind of go off. So keep an eye out because there might be some that you'd really enjoy, and get that art history 2 in soon so that you'll be able to take one when it comes up. All right. Anybody else?
I want to take that one on the Beatles.
Yeah.
I just want to be in your backyard right now.
Oh,
really?
It looks very lovely.
Thank you. I'm getting hot though. The sun beats down in here this time of day. Anybody else got a question for me?
This isn't exactly like an art question. This is just for anybody. It's kind of like far-fetched, but if we're looking to do graduate school and tech doesn't have our line of study, would you guys be willing to help us like find a proper like graduate school to move on to?
100% yes. I have done a lot of undergraduate research. I highly recommend, if you're interested in grad school, to get involved in undergraduate research and to try to go to an academic conference before you graduate, because it looks really good. And I've helped a lot of students get into grad school. And if we don't have a program for you that matches what you're looking into, there's pretty much, I'm sure all professors in their disciplines know some good programs for masters. And then if you're interested in PhD and how to go about doing the whole application process and all that. So 100% yes, we would help you with that. And again, like if you're interested in research, find a mentor in your major and see if they are willing to work on undergraduate research with you.
In addition to that, our Norman Career Services offers tons of resources for students who are wanting to go on to grad school. And I would start there. I would go ahead and check out what they're offering. They will help you with your application packet in addition to your faculty. We, of course, will help you with that, but also check out what Norman Career Services can offer.
Stephanie, were you the psychology major?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a psychologist, by the way. A lot of these people can answer questions about psychology, but like it would be not normal to go to graduate school at the same place you did an undergraduate in psychology. So yeah, we help you. That's one of the major things we do. Your task is to make good grades the first couple of years, and then, like she said, try to get into somebody's lab and do a little bit of research, and we'll help you get in.
Okay, thank you.
All right, well, we've got 5 more minutes. So, well, I guess technically 10, but what other questions do y'all have, or what advice would y'all share to, freshmen, transfer students, any students who are new to tech?
I actually have a question, but I'm not sure how much it pertains to the whole thing. But so I was looking at the catalog for the directory of my major and stuff, and it was talking about taking language courses. If we took a language course in high school, is it talking about if we took an AP language course that would count for credit, or is it talking about like your normal language courses, but like for the full year?
Well, I'll try to answer that. If your major requires a minimal 1 or 2 semester language requirement, if you've taken 2 years of high school, that requirement would be waived. Now, if you wanted to continue with your study of language, say you've taken 2 years of Spanish, if you were able to enroll in intermediate Spanish here in the fall, we would then give you credit for the beginning Spanish courses when you completed that course. So you would, in effect, could earn 9 hours taking that one course in the fall. So that's an option to get credit for that experience. But if it's just meeting a requirement in the major, in most instances, if you've had 2 years in high school, you wouldn't have to take more language here.
If we've got just a few more minutes, I might jump in here real quick. One of the things is, as I heard Aaron talk about general ed studies, it kind of tripped something in my mind, and I think this for the students in this group might be interested in that. We do have a number of different certificates. In our area, we've got a thing called a Certificate of Proficiency and Performance, and it's a 12-hour semester requirement, and there's a number of electives that you can select. Theater electives, music ensemble electives. I believe there's some communication and journalism in there. And I mention that because if you would like to have some of those stackable credentials like that certificate, and I think some of our other departments in arts and humanities have those certificates, I'd encourage you to go look at our degree programs, and there's a category of certificates. If you'll look and see, you could maybe adjust your general eds so that you could fit within those certificates and not only have get your general eds knocked out, but also come away with an additional certification. And so that might be something I would really encourage, especially these students, to take a look at.
That's a great idea, Dr. Bright, because then those certificates just make you more marketable. So you could go, when you're done, then it says, hey, I also am able to stand in front of people and talk and perform. And at the same time, you're doing really cool things when you're getting those certificates, right? You're in theater programs and you're, being with people. And we have a number of those different types of certificates, which are really marketable. And so you're not just taking courses that are interesting, but you're doing fun things along the way. And I'd add that type of thing, it's being involved, right? When you're involved, it makes your college experience so much more enjoyable. So you join those organizations, those honor societies, and when you're getting those certificates, you're just getting involved, which is why you're in college. It's teaching you to be the leader you want to be, so you can make the changes in the world that you want to make.
Well, if you think of another question, as we're winding down, let me just say that we have such a wonderful faculty in the College of Arts and Humanities. As you've probably heard, we have many, many more faculty and department heads. And we're all very willing to help you. We love teaching, we love students, and we love Arkansas Tech. And we sincerely hope that, wherever your journeys are with us, that you'll consider us people who are your friends and resources so that you can get through the program in the best way possible, so that you can move on with your own professional plans and lives. And this is something that we're very committed to. I think that this year's, to give you some idea of how proud I am of the faculty, every faculty award this year was received by someone in the College of Arts and Humanities. And, what is there to say except we really believe in students, we really believe in high achievement for students, and we really hope that you'll take advantage of such resources, because not everyone has these kinds of resources available. And I guess I'm going to turn it back to Sabrina for any last minute instructions, advice, or whatever.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all so much, both the faculty from the College of Arts and Humanities and of course our incoming students. We're just so excited that y'all are making the time to prepare yourselves for your time here at Arkansas Tech. That's only going to make you even more successful. You've already made connections with your faculty, and just encourage you to continue to do that between now and when you're able to join us in the fall, whether that's on campus or online. We're here for you, and we just want to help you as much as we can. So a couple more items. Again, if you haven't made your academic advising appointment, please do so. You can reach out to myself or to any of the faculty, and we can get you connected and get you sorted for that. And then on Friday, we're going to be launching our new Go to ATU app. So be watching for more information about that. And in closing, that's all I've got for y'all. So again, we look forward to seeing y'all very soon, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. Faculty, heads, thank you very, very much for coming. And to the students, we really can't wait to see you in person and to help you with your journey. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Y'all have a great afternoon.
Thank you, too.
Thank you.